sales process. Well, the very first thing that these salesperson are supposed to do, once they start their work from home, meaning when they leave their home and start working, the first thing they do is they go to the distributor point, and the first process begin, that is called gate meeting or the morning meeting. Gate meeting or the morning meeting. इसका मतलब क्या है? That this time the TSI of the company, territory sales in charge of the company, the distributor and the salesperson of the distributor, ये तीन लोग, now the salespersons are more than one. Salesmen are more than one number. So जितनी भी टीम है वो सारे salesmen plus the distributor जिसका वो गोडाउन है plus the territory sales in charge which is company's representative, ये सभी लोग, these three parties sit together, they start the morning discussion like what can be the agenda for the day, what are they all supposed to do, आज का value plan क्या है, how much amount as a business order should be collected from the market, the coverage, like which territory individually the salesperson are going to visit, what is the focus brand that has been announced, if at all there is any issues in the market, किसी का कोई claim, किसी की कोई expiry, किसी का कोई damage, whatever kind of issues are there that are discussed, and as a solution things are finalized. In this meeting, there is also an opportunity where the key salesperson or the senior most salesperson expresses or teaches the best tactics to maximize the sale to his subordinates or shares their idea in order to augment or increase the overall business. So in this morning meeting, all the parties involved, they all have an open discussion and everybody participates. Some of them are to take the instructions, some are to give the instructions, some are to find the solution of any kind of issues which is not solved yet. So these kind of discussions take place in this morning meeting or the gate meeting. जब ये meeting खत्म होने लगती है, when this meeting is about to get finished, every salesperson is supposed to open up his mobile phone, check how much charge the mobile phone has, because these are smartphones, and on these smartphone, company's sales app is already installed. These company sales app are already installed. They need to switch it on, make the sync of the mobile application. Once this is done, they need to check their bag if all the required items are kept inside the bag, namely product catalog, product sample, if it all has to be sampled at any specific or all the outlets, promotional posters, banners, leaflets, these are to be given to the outlets or pasted at the outlets. And once all of these things are checked, like glue stick, like these sellotapes, all the items like sample and everything, when these are checked, then now they are prepared to move out in the market. Now, when they are about to leave for the market, they sync the mobile app. It does two things. One, soon as the mobile is synced, today's list of outlets where the individual salesperson has to visit pops up. Secondly, distributor management system is a software that is installed at distributor's computer that is also synced automatically. I'll tell you why that is important in a later slide. But this sync happens with the company and with the distributor's management system, which is already installed in distributor's computer. Now, once the sync is done, some details pops up before the salesperson, and he needs to take a look before he moves out and hits the outlet. The first thing, once the sync is done, the value and the productivity target for the day and for the month, kitna hua hai, kitna baki hai, this appears on the mobile app. Basis the color code, you get to see कितने आउटलेट हैं जिनकी बिलिंग हो चुकी है और कितने आउटलेट्स हैं जिनकी बिलिंग अभी होनी बाकी है, so that your focus automatically comes up that okay, these many outlets I need to visit today where the billing has not taken place, so I need to put in my extra effort so that the billing can be done. The next is it automatically suggests if the outlet has bought say 50 grams packet, now this is the time that 100 grams packet should be pushed in the retail outlet. So that auto generation happens in that application. Focus product details for the month. Now, this focus product is something which is decided by the area sales manager before the month starts, and that is already feeded on that software. So automatically it pops up that the suggested focus SKU needs to be pushed in the outlet. If there is any kind of trade schemes, we studied trade schemes. What are the two types of trade schemes? One is the percentage off or price off. Another is buy one, get one free, which is also called free of cost schemes. So any kind of schemes which has been announced by the company is automatically feeded into the software, which gives you the communication, and you need to automatically talk it out before the outlet or the retailers. Then it also shows you the gross and the net value of the bills, outlet by outlet, so that you know what you have to do in terms of the call. All right. The very first step is called curb preparation. What is a curb preparation? Curb preparation is a step which is before the salesperson enters the outlet, he stands in front of the outlet and takes 4 to 5 quick minutes on his mobile app. Us mobile app pe what does he do? He takes a look about the outlet's historical datas. Historic data ka matlab kya hua? That what is the kind of payment that is outstanding, due for collection? What is the kind of SKUs that he has been billing regularly? What he should be proposed in terms of billing today? What are the kinds of brand that he is taking from your company, and what are the brands which can be pushed today? So all of these, snapshot is available on the mobile app, which the salesperson looks at it before entering inside the store. And this process is normally 4 to 5 minutes, and this is called curb preparation. तो कर्ब प्रिपरेशन बहुत ही आसान और सिंपल भाषा में 4 से 5 मिनट का वक्त वो अपने मोबाइल फोन पे देखता है उस ऐप के अंदर। स्टोर में अंदर जाने से पहले वो ऐप में क्या देखने की कोशिश करता है? दैट दिस आउटलेट ने लास्ट बिलिंग कब करी, उसका राशि कितना और कब से बकाया है, दैट हैज टू बी कलेक्टेड। कौन से एसक्यूज उसने बिलिंग करे हैं और कौन से एसक्यूज इस बार उसको पुश करना है। ये सारी तमाम जानकारी इस मोबाइल ऐप से आपको मिलती है, और इसके प्रिपरेशन के बेसिस पे यू देन एंटर इनसाइड द स्टोर। व्हेन यू एंटर इनसाइड द स्टोर, द नेक्स्ट स्टेप बिगिंस, एंड दैट स्टेप इज कॉल्ड ग्रीटिंग द कस्टमर। ग्रीटिंग द कस्टमर का क्या मतलब है? आप उसको हाय, हेलो, गुड आफ्टरनून करके, गुड इवनिंग करके, गुड मॉर्निंग करके बात करना शुरू करते हो। माइंड यू, इफ एनी कस्टमर is already talking to the retailer, you need not barge in. You should stand side mein patiently and allow their discussion to complete, and then go to the retailer and greet him, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is. All right, and then do a small chit chat. Kaise hain and all. That gives you an idea of rapport building. If you're visiting the outlet for the first time, then of course you need to introduce yourself that, hi, I'm so and so. I have come from this company, and so basically, as I told you, let us keep aside that you are not visiting the outlet for the first time. Rather, you are on your routine outlet visit. So when you go there, you greet the customer and then do a normal rapport building. And soon as you are done with a small rapport building, you move on to the shelf where your products are placed. आपके product जहां पे रखे हुए हैं, you go to that aisle, and on the aisle, go and check आपने क्या प्रोडक्ट्स दिए थे, कितने प्रोडक्ट्स बच गए हैं. सो यू हैव टू डू अ स्टॉक चेक. दिस इज कॉल्ड स्टॉक काउंट. आपने क्या दिए, क्या बच गए, कौन सा वेरिएंट कितना दिया था, कितना है. दिस गिव्स यू अ फेयर आइडिया दैट व्हाट इज द काइंड ऑफ सेल ऑफ योर प्रोडक्ट, how much pieces had you placed and how much is already moved out. You get an idea in terms of percentage. 100% के सामने 20% is only balance left in the outlet. 80% is already sold. So this time you have great opportunity to bill him more quantity. So these kind of things starts playing in your mind when you see the shelf कि अभी stock की position क्या है. तो basically आप वहां पे SKU by SKU, brand by brand समझते हो that what is the stock balance left on the shelf. And as you are doing this, you have to arrange the product in FIFO manner, which is first in, first out. फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट का मतलब क्या है? जो प्रोडक्ट आपने पहले सप्लाई करी थी उसकी फेसिंग आगे होनी चाहिए, और जो अभी रिसेंटली प्रोडक्ट आपने सप्लाई करी है वो पीछे होनी चाहिए, सो दैट पहले जो सप्लाई हुआ था वो पहले पिक होके माल बिक जाए. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट. इससे फायदा ये होता है कि आपकी प्रोडक्ट की जो एक्सपायरी होती है वो एक्सपायरी नहीं आएगी, बिकॉज जो पुराना स्टॉक है वो पहले बिक जाएगा, तो साइकिल और वो रोटेशन बनी रहेगी. एंड देयरफॉर इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट FIFO should be maintained while you do the stock check and merchandising. Even if you don't do the merchandising, I'll explain you what is merchandising. But even if you don't do the merchandising, at the time when you're doing the stock check, please do the first in, first out. This is the minimum amount of stock, which should be there in the shelf as old stock. And that is one of the important responsibilities of the salesperson. All right. So if you look here, this is the term which is called FIFO, first in, first out. So this is stock check and FIFO. जब आप ये प्रोसेस कर लेते हैं, स्टॉक चेक और फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट का आप जब स्टेप कर लेते हैं, then you go back to the retailer, again see if he is alone, free to talk to you. Then you start talking to him that your observation has been that you supplied so and so items और आज इतने ही बचे हैं, and therefore this is the time that you have to make an order items for so much and so much quantity. आप ये उनको आइडिया देते हो, कि इतने प्रोडक्ट्स में से इतने ही बचे हैं एंड लिहाजा आप इसको ऑर्डर दे सकते हैं. एंड देन यू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट योर कंपनी स्कीम. यू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाट आर द मार्जिन्स या additional margins that the retailer can make because the company has announced some kind of schemes that is going on right now. And once you do this communication, then you take out the sample from your bag or the focus brand that has been given to you as a target by the area sales manager. आप ये प्रोडक्ट सामने रख करके उससे बात करते हो, किससे? रिटेलर से. If the product is some food product and needs some tasting, you start distributing that to the retailer and some customers within the store also with the permission of the retailer. And if the feedback is good, you can automatically take the order for those new product that you have discussed with the retailer as sampled. जब आप ये स्टेप कर लेते हो, then you get into the order review. यानी कि इस वक्त वो सारे orders with the quantity जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ने बोली है उसको आप रिपीट करते हो. You do the order review by repeating all the items and the quantity loud so that on a later date there is no ambiguity or confusion कि मैंने ये order नहीं किया, इतना नहीं किया. So आप double sure करते हो by reviewing the order and repeating the order so that the retailer gives you a nod. Yes, this is the order that I want to place. And then you talk about आपका पुराना पेमेंट इतना बाकी है, you should give the payment and you shall hand it over to the distributor, or maybe you tell if the payment is ready, the distributor will come for the payment collection. आप order review जब कर लेते हो, then there is a quick submit button. When you press a submit button, automatically bill cut is done. You remember मैंने आपको DMS, distributor management system बताया था. Distributor management system जो software is installed in distributor's computer that automatically is synced with your app. When you call out the SKU or items with the quantity, and at the end when you hit the submit button, you have made or cut a bill. That's called bill cut. और ये bill cut sync है with the DMS, distributor management system, where the distributor just takes a printout of your order and supplies the stock to the retail outlets. ऑर्डर किसने बनाया? आपने दुकानदार के साथ बनाया. बिल किसने बनाया? सेल्समैन ने बिल बनाया. डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ने क्या किया? जस्ट प्रिंट आउट लिया, स्टॉक मैच किया और डिलीवरी के लिए गाड़ी भेज दिया. दिस इज व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ सेल्स. एक लास्ट स्टेप है इन द सेल्स प्रोसेस, दैट्स कॉल्ड मर्चेंडाइजिंग. व्हाट इज मर्चेंडाइजिंग? मर्चेंडाइजिंग इज नथिंग बट अरेंजिंग द प्रोडक्ट so that the customer finds it easy to pick up your product. यानी कि प्रोडक्ट की अरेंजमेंट ऐसे विजिबिलिटी पे होनी चाहिए that customer can easily find your product and take your product. दूसरा, मर्चेंडाइजिंग का मतलब होता है ब्रांड मर्चेंडाइजिंग. Companies have got different kind of POP materials, point of sale materials, or merchandising materials, which is something like extended shelf. बहुत सारे आपने देखे होंगे दुकान पे या रिटेल आउटलेट्स में, देयर इज अ सेपरेट डैंगलिंग काइंड ऑफ अ शेल्फ जिसपे कि एक्ट टू पॉपकॉर्न्स रखे होते हैं या मैगी के पाउचेस रखे होते हैं. सो दीज आर एक्सटेंडेड शेल्फ. बहुत सारे रिटेल आउटलेट्स में देयर आर शेल्फ स्ट्रिप्स जहां पे ब्रांड का नाम लिखा होता है. देयर आर डैंगलर्स व्हिच आर हैंगिंग फ्रॉम द रूफ There are different kind of cutouts placed inside the store that gives a brand visibility. ये सारे जो हैं इसको हम कहते हैं merchandising. Now the point is, merchandising can be done at the end of the step, or it can also be done while you are doing the stock check. Before, merchandising can also be done at that point in time. All right. So merchandising can be the last point, or can be done together while you are doing the stock check. Before, it can be done there also. Now यहाँ पे एक term है which is called planogram. Planogram is nothing but a diagram of product arrangement that is given by the company, that you need to ensure that the product is placed inside the store in such a way that is as per the diagrammatic flow chart, so that it's easy for the customers to pick up the product, build the product. Planogram का एक छोटा सा example ये है. This is how the layout looks like. It can be by brand name, it can be by similar category, it can be by the SKU level, it can be by product category level. So this planogram is normally arranged by the retailer itself, or sometimes it is the company who makes a planogram and gives to the sales team, so that adequate step or necessary means of organizing the product on the shelf can be done. All right. Now, supposing the salesperson is out in the market and goes to the new outlet. In that situation, what happens? Because there is no stock of your company, so you don't have to do this stock check or the FIFO. And you also don't have to do the merchandising at this point in time, because there is no stock available in the store. However, all the other steps remains the same. You go and greet the customer, do the rapport building. Most importantly, you have to give the introduction of yourself and then introduce the company, talk about your products, do the sampling or show the catalog, generate the interest, and once your dialogue has happened, reveal the margins that the company offers, talk about the credit days, mention about the local distributor in the area that would be servicing the orders, and at the end, take the orders and ensure that the delivery happens in time. So this is what you have to do with the new outlet activation.